me start this example with you. I had this client who walked in again today and who was sharing this information to me that, hey Nikhil, I purchased this real estate and I have purchased, I want to purchase a real estate for a house for my own purpose. But as after you advised, I went and looked into alternative opportunities of purchasing the same house. And here she went to a banker, she spoke to a banker if there is any house which is available on an auction price. And she went forward pursuing the same. And today she's getting an opportunity to buy a house in Chennai, Adyar, where the average rate is 1.3 to 1.5 lakh, 1.3 to 1.5 crore. And she's proposing to buy it at 55 lakh rupees over there. All she had to do is pay some deposit and wait for a few months before she gets the confirmation. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Friends, this is a real market. A lot of people are unable to repay their loans. A lot of people are unable to get the market price. And right now they are in a situation on devaluing the product value and offer in market the value which people can purchase. So here is a note for each and every one of you. If you're among those 1% who's a house millionaire who likes to buy houses and houses, then you can wait and start looking into this space, because this space is going to give you many opportunities going forward. Many opportunities going forward. Well, friends, now we come here on a debt trap. Now, I want each and every one of you to remember one thing. Debt is a state of mind. You are in debt if your state of mind is not active. You are in debt if you feel that this is your end point. Now, friends, let us understand this way. Let me take you example through a stock market. Now, if you purchase a stock worth 1 lakh rupee and there's a market which crashes down and the valuation is at 60 lakh rupees. What if you say, hey, my 1 lakh has become 60,000 and it's good for me to sell this at the moment because I'm already losing 40,000 rupees. Now, understand one thing. You decided to enter at 1 lakh rupee, looking for an advice, finding out from people. But while you book your losses, you are really not interested in any advice and you immediately book your losses in stock market. But there was another guy known as Shyam. So Ram sold his stocks and he booked out his losses worth 40,000 and he came out with 60,000 rupees. And this guy Shyam, who stood back in the same stocks of worth 1 lakh, which had a value of 60,000 rupees. And again, that stock value from 60,000 goes back to 80 or 90,000 rupees and eventually a lakh and above, does not even see that he's lost his money. So here what is happening, if you see in both these cases, it was a state of mind that one decided to book a loss and one decided to stay back till the things goes right. Now debt is the same thing like that. A lot of people, while they borrow the debt, while they borrow the money, they are with the intention that they will make some income out of it. But what happens, say if you borrowed a crore rupee and then you suddenly see that your crore is becoming 90 lakh rupees and you don't see in a position to repay going forward and you suddenly stop your growth plan. You suddenly stop that and you don't even look into opportunities to pile up with that. And you have enough of time, you wait, slowly you keep paying your EMIs, utilizing your gold, utilizing your other areas of money which is available in your hand, and slowly you keep paying your EMIs, your dues, and pile up your loan for no reason. Friends, all I'm trying to say over here is that when you took a loan with the objective of raising the money. Am I right to say that? What happens when you suddenly go into some trap? Why do you stop thinking about raising the money? Why do you stop thinking about the opportunity? Why do you stop thinking about on how do you make these things go right for you, which can help you to further repay this money? So where is that you're going wrong in your mind? My advice to each and every one of you who are especially into debt trap would be this, that I want every one of you to have complete control on your cash flow and ensure that your purpose of borrowing should be exactly for wealth creation. Your purpose of borrowing should not be to repay the other borrowing money. If you're in a position to repay the other borrowing money and you're borrowing money for that, then you have not planned something right. How about this? Can you pre-work? Can you pre-plan and then borrow the money from the banker or from the individuals. Can you see a cash flow which says that if this happens, I will take this action. If that happens, I'll take that action, and you have a complete plan in place. If you're in business, if you're in life, I know nothing will go as per the plan. But in that case, you need not borrow the money if you cannot have control upon it. If you're going to play blind, a bet, a gambling, then there are high possibilities that you're not in a position to enjoy the money which you're looking forward to enjoy the money. My simple point of saying over here, before you borrow the money, please fill up a paper and pen and understand your requirement, understand your cash flow for the next number of years. So for example, if you bought a house worth 1 crore, you understand that in next 15 years you have to pay an EMI. But now while you write your EMI chart, while you take it from the banker, look and ask him the possibilities of obstacles. For example, there might be a possibility the interest rates may go up. You try and find out that 45,000 EMI today, if it goes to 55,000 or 60,000, how much prepared you are. That could be one obstacle, right? The second obstacle would be that you're losing a job. Your business is not doing good. You have an objective, but that's not getting fulfilled. You wanted to buy the house and pay EMI for your son to stay, but he's not willing to stay in that. Understand the obstacle and analyze the financial impact to those obstacles. Most people get into EMIs without even analyzing the probabilities and possibilities of obstacle which you will see way forward. My only request to each and every participant over here, thanks for being so many participants this evening. My only request to each and every one of you would be, I want you to pull out paper and pen before you pick up any debt, before you pick up any loan. Let it be a car loan, let it be a housing loan, let it be a gold loan. See what are the potential obstacles to these loans. What could be the potential obstacles? The obstacle, as I told you, that if you have a car, what if your car crashes? If you have a car, then what if your interest rate goes up? If you have a car and there is a depreciation to your car and you want to go back and sell in the market, then what is an absolute money you lose? The same way your houses, the same way your term loan, the same way each and every loan. Do you have a cash flow sheet absolute? Not the cash flow sheet which the car company or the housing loan EMI company or your term loan company is going to give you. You should have a sheet which is made by you with all the probabilities and possibilities. You need to analyze what are the probabilities. Not only that, you may get into a situation where you need much more money than what you have at the current moment. And if you're going to further borrow, that means your further monthly EMIs are going to go up. So say you have a housing loan, you have a 45,000 commitment, but suddenly your daughter is getting married. You're in a position to pick up from the market 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh, and you have another commitment of 60, 80,000. Understand the impact of it. It's so simple. You may say, hey, Nikhil, this is so silly. What you're talking makes sense. Obviously, I have to check. Yes, it's quite obvious when you're listening like this. But while you're actually picking up a loan, for all the people who are a part of this webinar, I'm assuming that you may have a loan of car loan or a house loan or a bank overdraft facility or a kind of term loan or any kind of loan. If you have one of that, let me tell you one thing. You need to build a cash flow sheet which is exclusively designed for all those obstacles which you feel as an obstacle in this whole journey. Am I clear with that? Now, what is this going to help you? This is exactly going to help you to know the per month number. Most people fail to plan their cash flow, and in order to just fulfill your monthly requirement, they go out and further take the loan from the market to just repay that. So this is an opening door of debt trap. What is the opening door of debt trap? You not having your cash flow sheet of the loan, of the particular loan, the EMI, the monthly commitment, and you are not considered the consequences of changes, whether it is interest rate, whether it is destruction, whether it is more requirement of money, whether you're unable to pay due to whatever reason. What are those potential obstacles which you will undergo in this EMI process? Friends, most people, when they borrow the first money, the first EMI, they are positive that they can repay, they can take care of it. But eventually what happens? Eventually they're not in a state to maintain the same flow. Whereas money is losing value, but you suddenly see there's more commitment. Am I right to say that? Does this happen quite regularly? My request to each and every one of you who are a part of this webinar, that you should have your cash flow sheet if you are in debt. If you're not in debt, thumbs up. But if you're not in debt, then in that case, you should have an absolute cash flow sheet which says this is my monthly expenses and this is my monthly income and this is my gap of money. And if this is my gap of money, which is negative or positive, what is that I need to do in order to take care of my gap? How many of you in this group are actually working on your cash flow gap month on month? And do you agree that each and every one of you who are part of this webinar, that we need to have a month-on-month cash flow gap system, which is 12 times in a year, you just spend 5 minutes on yourself, on your books, on your finances. Will that help you to further scale up your positive wealth creation? Will that help you to scale up your net worth? Will that help you to scale up your more cash flow surplus? If the answer is yes, I want you to write on this chat box, yes, and we continue forward. If you think month on month a cash flow planning need to be done, we need to know the gap. If you believe that this logic is right, just write the word yes on your chat box. Yes. Do you agree that we need to have a gap month on month in a hand? This month, this is a gap. This month, this is a gap. 12 months. Yeah, you agree on that, right? Well, for people who are sending me personal messages, yes, 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 thank you. And for people who are sending in group, however, so I'm happy that yes, you understand that you need to know your gap per month. Now, what happens when you know your gap? Two possibilities. One, you know that I have money and I need to deploy the money to build my further cash flow. For example, you have a surplus of 1 lakh rupee. If you invest your 1 lakh anywhere, there's a possibility that you're starting generating 1,000 to 2,000 rupees per month extra by investing in any different instrument. And if that happens, your cash flow is increasing by 2,000 surplus per month. So this is for the people who can see positive. For people who don't see positive and who see there is a deficit, there is a minus, it is going to help you to rework on your lifestyle. It is going to help you to say, hey, I can protect these expenses. Hey, I can avoid these expenses. I may not opt for these expenses. Going in a car is costing me 30 to 45,000 rupees per month. But whereas if I'm going to book Ola and Uber, probably I can save huge amount of money and I can finish this month at a 5 or 7,000 rupees. And if you see a gap there to utilize, better do it. It's your money. It's not my money, right? If it is your money, you need to be more wiser, whether it is a car expenditure, a house expenditure, emotional expenditure, sister expenditure, children's expenditure. I don't know what and all expenditures we have on an emotional front. Can we curtail? Can we have a smarter planning? I know few of my friends who are celebrating their birthday and trust me, I get called because they think I can plan well. And they're like, you know, Nikhil, my wife's birthday, my husband's birthday, can you help me? What is the kind of gift should I be giving him? They all are talking about materialistic expenditure, material stuff, you know. When I tell them, then how about this? Can you build something which is more of experiential? Can you build something which is more going to add value and experience and flavor to their life? But they're not even able to connect because they have already understood to buy a cake or buy a gift, hand over a gift. What is experiential about it? And a simple idea I told one of my friend was, why don't you build a 15 to 30 seconds video, and this 15 to 30 seconds video is going to speak about your husband, that what is that people like the most about this man. Okay, and I told his wife to spread this information to all the friends and family and collect this video. What is that people like about this person the most? It is so emotional. Now ask, and now tell me one thing. Giving an iPhone as a gift and giving your husband as a gift where more than 50 or 100 people talking the best part about his or her life, which they like the most, which is more valuable? Now, what has happened in today's world is we have connected value versus material. We are building a materialistic love world. I need to have the best specs. I need to have the best ring. I need to have the right bike. I need to have the best car, fully loaded, this, that. There is no need-based purchase which is happening. Need has become a bigger reason. See, I have no problem. It's your money, as I always tell you. But remember one thing. If you can add value minus material-based items, look at your life. It is going to look so beautiful. You'll be more happy than before. Can you exchange a good quality time with your husband? Can you exchange a good quality time with your wife? Can you speak to them? Can you create an experience to them? Can you believe in them? Can you take them out of the box and make them experience something, rather than no end to expenditure? The more money you have, you suddenly feel from a chocolate. I remember a lot of people used to just celebrate a cake cutting. Now from a cake cutting, it has moved down to cake plus mobile, cake plus some gift, cake plus some party, some get together at the house, some hotel booking, some dinner in the evening. Dinner has become so common. People are so okay to spend 10 or 15,000 rupees on a dinner evening to celebrate with 15-20 people, but you were never okay to even spend or save 20-30,000 rupees on yourself. I know people who are so okay to have an every evening drink to any bar, and they're okay to spend 2-3,000. There's no end to this. I have no problem, it's your money. But all I'm trying to ask you this, today pleasure and permanent pain, is that philosophy better than temporary pain and permanent pleasure? Can you think about this? Can you make more experiential based life with your wife, with your children? Can you allot a time rather than having more material, best of the iPhones, best of this, best of that? Can you spend time? This will probably help you to unnecessarily spend on stuff which you're not even going to get an opportunity to use it. Now, I will give you one example and try to sign off for today. Go back to your house today. If you're at your home, after hanging up on this webinar, look all around and see how many items are you able to use in your house. There is most time that you buy more stationeries in the office, you buy more papers, you buy more different type of pen. You don't even use them. You don't even use them. And if you put it in total, those items would be worth 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, whatsoever. You don't even give a chance to them. I can absolutely understand your own wardrobe. You would have bought a shirt which you liked the most at that time and not even bother to wear it till today. Or now, oh, does not fit me, this is this or that, and you don't even go back to the person and get it fit for your purpose. Something is not going right. Are we leading to the world of being more on material? Ask yourself. Or can we lead to the world of more experience? Material or experience is your choice. I want each and every one of you who are following this webinar today, the opening door of the debt trap is having more material love. Can you build an experience love in your life and see how much of money you save every year, which is so insignificant, so temporary in nature? I had my uncle coming today. He said, I need to buy a laptop, this. I called again to one of my friends and I said, hey, laptop required. Do you have a second-hand laptop with i3 processor and all that, format and make it new and give it to me? My uncle just came with a budget of 70,000 on a laptop. Finally, I connected him to my friend and my uncle finally got a laptop at 27,000 rupees and he had everything in it. Right? He just saved the money. If he does not like it, if he even goes back, still 2,000, 3,000 he will break, and he has a laptop to use of his own. Whose money? 40, 50,000. I asked my uncle, when was the last decision you made to just save 70,000 then and there? How are you able to make a decision to put your money, invest your money, or expense your money on a laptop 70,000 overnight? And that gave him a thought that I'm not realizing while I'm spending that I'm just spending. You have an opportunity to spend money wisely on your laptop, on your mobile phones, on your car, on your stuff which you buy. You go to abroad, start picking up things. Think about it. I see the whole world moving towards material love, and the reason why you all are moving because the smart marketing managers of all the company know to mesmerize you and know to shake your pocket. Don't allow them to do that. Build a community who speaks value, not material love, not that Ferrari car, not this or that. Every time you're surrounded with that. Do you have a community who talks about income generating activities? Do you have a community who talks about how you can make your personal financial life better? Do you have a community where you always get knowledge about how you can do things better? Do you have a community of coaches on different systems and activities? Build a community which can work good for your life, favoring to your life. Trust me, you will never enter into the debt side of the life, because the debt world, the loan world is so mesmerizing that you buy one debt, you want to further buy a debt. Oh, Nikhil, I can arrange another 5 lakh, I'll do it. It's become so easy to borrow money. My request to each and every one of you is, it's so easy to get debt. You need to get up from your chair, go out, work towards creating wealth. Be smart, prepare your cash flow to create wealth. Be smart to make a surrounding to create wealth. Be smart to do income generating activities every day. Be smart to complete all your pending works. That brings money. Nothing else brings money. Finish your work. You're a smart man. You know what can bring money to your life, your business. Just go out and do it rather than just thinking. There's no end to it. I'm Nikhil Singhi,